A league where all teams, all players are identical. The chance to test your tactical skills, or the chance to test out any little tactical tweaks and learn and become better at Football Manager. This is what I do every year. I get asked questions about how it's done, so I'm going to show you how we do it. I'm going to show you what 5 seasons of identical players playing against each other looks like, what we can learn from it, and at the end of it all, how we're going to use it to get better at Football Manager. So we've got to pick a league to abuse, and my favourite is Mexico, La Liga MX. It's just got 18 teams, nicely divisible by 3 for some tests. And you can see here there's not too much difference already in their transfer budgets and balances. So we need to normalize these all, make them all the same. Hopefully it shouldn't take too much work. Okay, we're going to leave everybody's morale at 15, and we're going to set everybody's rep at 7,000. Don't know if fans make a difference. I'm going to set everything at 30,000. There were quite a few comments last year that setting everything at 10 wasn't quite as relative to perhaps the teams that most people are playing. So we're going to up it a bit this year. We're going to set everything at 13. Supporter profiles, all 13. Kits are fine as long as they're not green. Yep, fine. We're going to remove all coaching staff. Remove all scouts. Remove all medics. Going to remove all but one player who is Mexican. Yep, that's fine. 1 player left. Clear all rivals. Clear all favourite people. Just erase everything from history. And there's a short name, they can be called A. Right, so if we go back and check the league, we've got our team A. And if we go to clubs and now search for this team, we've set him up, we can just duplicate him another 17 times. And every time we change a letter. Super, done. Then, I've gone all the way up to S, which is like the 19th letter in the alphabet, because we're now going to remove all the other teams, including the very first team that I edited. Don't know why, don't quote me on it, but I delete the team that I first created anyway. 18 teams, all identical. All currently playing at the same stadium, but that doesn't matter. Stadium magic. Now, although I've duplicated the teams, there are no players here. So first, we've got to set up our first perfect player. So back to the database this time for people. I'm going to find that one guy who still plays at Test A. This guy. We'll start with centre backs. So we're going to call him DC for... We'll call him DC for B. And then we're going to just lose everything from him again. Yeah, 188 kilograms. Not super old. 98, that makes him like 25. Now, this time we're going to be simming the game for like 5 years to get loads of good stats. So, we're going to hit contract expiry out to like 6 years. Let's give him 7 years. Everybody gets a 7-year contract. There you go. And we'll leave the wage on 0 per week. Don't give him a squad number. This way, I think the game will just assign a wage when the game's generated. And then stats time. We're going to make everything 13. No, you are not going to retire. Can't speak any additional languages. But we just clear everything. We'll come back to the current ability in a second, because what we're going to do... So we're going to make most people right-footed to start with. We're going to start by doing centre-backs. Centre-back 20 and everything else at 0. Right. Then we're going to change all of his attributes to 13. Oh, except right foot. Left foot and right foot's in there again. So that's going to be 5 and that's going to be 20. It's going to secretly... It's going to be a secretly alright goalkeeper as well for some reason. And we are getting rid of any preferred moves as well. So we can test that later. No relationships. We're going to remove his favourite clubs as well. As if he had never had a history. And then now when we go back to the general... it recommends as the current ability, which is a simple 130. We're going to keep his potential ability the same. So he's not going to change throughout the seasons. There we go. It's automatically assigned his role scores. He's a pretty solid defender on all things. As a centre-back, fine. He's going to be our template guy, so all we have to do is go to contract. He's currently at Test A. Right, now I need to duplicate him, so every team needs, what, 5 centre-backs? So times 18, that's 90 centre-backs. I need to duplicate now and put in all the teams. Yeah, I remember why this takes me a while now. So we have now got all of our teams, and we've populated it with a good number of players. Let me show you. So we've got our 18 teams labeled B to S, everybody playing at the same stadium, everybody with the same balanced transfer budget, etc. And then if we look at the players, what we've got now is, it doesn't look like much, but we've got centre-backs, we've got players capable of playing left back, from left back all the way up to attacking left wing. Same on the right hand side, we've got from right back all the way to attacking right wing. We've put these players in just to make it a bit easier on generating all the players. We've got centre mids capable of playing from defensive midfield up to attacking midfield, and we've got strikers. We haven't got goalkeepers yet. We can do the same thing with goalkeepers, but what we can do here now is, with every team, we can duplicate them so that every team has a good number. So although it doesn't look like we've got many players, what we've got is we've got centre-backs, got players capable of playing from left back all the way up the left hand side of the pitch to attacking left forwards. Same from right back all the way up to attacking right forwards. Centre mids capable of playing from defensive midfield all the way up to attacking midfield. And we've got strikers. So we need to do goalkeepers, but I just wanted to show you this. Every team has these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. But what we can do is we can populate this squad by searching for a team. So if we go to database, so we go club is test B. This will show all the people at the club. There we go, all the players. And now from here we can just duplicate these players again with their positions so that we can fill a squad with, what do you reckon? We need 24. We'll populate it with some goalkeepers and we're almost good to go. So then we've just got to edit the rules for the league itself. We're going to edit Mexico's rules. Then from add, you can just go single division, select the competition, Liga MX. And then for the league itself, we've set it for 4 rounds. You can set the substitution rules how you like. I think we've done 5 from 7. Number of promotion places, 0. Number of relegation places, 0. It's going to be the exact same teams playing each other for 5 whole years. And we don't care about the match day. And that's it. Finish. We'll run it. So then we've just loaded up FM, loaded up Mexico as the league on its own, and here we are. One Mexican league, teams listed, B to S, every team with the exact same finances, exact same facilities, and exact same players. All players look the same with 13 and everything. As a final note, to make this test work, we've made all the managers unsackable just by using the editor and going to home, edit, become unsackable for each manager. We've added managers that also have 13 and everything, well, except goalkeepers. But yeah, basically 13 and everything to all their attributes. The same identical manager added to every single team. And that's it. It is ready to test. We're going to sim 5 years and see how we get on. Here we go. Welcome to the future. Everything looks like it's worked. We've got the same number of teams that we started with. Nobody's exploded. We've had different winners in the league most years. There's been quite a big difference between the top of the league and the bottom of the league, like almost double the points. G has won it twice. I looks like they finished bottom a couple of times. We have got a bit of an issue where if teams finish on the same points, they're randomly assigned who finishes above one another. So we clearly missed that in the settings somewhere. But for our tests, we're just going to count the number of points scored. We don't care about position so much. There's a good 15% difference between teams' average possession through the whole season. Some teams scored 22 goals from corners in 68 matches, so 1 in 3, it's the same as scoring, what, maybe 12 goals in a Premier League season. So this kind of tells me that you can take advantage of corners and you don't just have to be bigger than somebody to score the goal. Though I do like to try and exploit a big jumping guy in my corner routines. Yeah, now, this was an issue in previous games with XG. For some reason, every team has massively overperformed their XGs. Now, we've got better keepers this year. Does this still mean that our keepers are a bit pants relative to XG? Over 5 years, all of our teams are going slightly bankrupt, though, so if we wanted to try and run this forever, there might be some issues with finances. Everybody's contract's up after 7 years as we set it though. So I think what this indicates is that you don't just have to take advantage of somebody's pace or jumping or passing. There's actually preferential options that we might be able to take advantage of within the match engine, and that's something that we'll be able to explore with this test league. So before we look at any players, if you've got any suggestions for experiments, if you'd like access to this file, or if you'd like to take place in some competitions which I think I'm going to run with this league, come join the Discord, which I'll link down below, and we'll have some fun with it. Now, players. Not all of our players still have 13 and everything, especially for things like free kick taking, long throws, and then maybe with like defenders. This guy's been injured, but defenders seriously lacking in corners, in free kick taking, in penalty taking as well. They've just sort of naturally decreased. And this also might be due to the fact that we have no coaches in any of the teams. So our teams have trained terribly. But there's no need for them to have good coaching because they've got no potential ability to grow into. They're all at their max anyway. Nobody's done anything too exceptional in the stats. Again, they've all got the same stats, so we wouldn't expect that. I think it kind of shows that the league is working as we'd expect. So if you like the idea of editor challenges, check out this video where I took on a whole team of Haalands and tried to win the league with them. Haaland in goal as well. Bit of a nightmare. Otherwise, we'll be back with experiments coming out of this league pretty soon. So enjoy your Football Manager, guys, and I'll catch you in a bit.